Giles TV. In this episode, we will be going through the routine of a welfare animal care assistant at St Giles. Let's get to it. Every morning before we start work, we must have a full staff briefing. This ensures that all the staff are aware of what is happening around the site throughout the day and ensures that we all know any information regarding the animals in our care. This includes if there are any vet appointments, potential owner visits, or if there are any behavioural or health concerns for each animal. And then off we go to work. We open all the hatches to let out all the dogs to the toilet and to say a big hello and welcome to the start of our new day. There are two blocks within welfare. The first block is the main IT, where we have our long stay dogs that have been fully vaccinated and have had their kennel cough. And there are a smaller block, that is our intake block, beach, where all intakes prior to their vaccinations to prevent the spread of any possible illness that they may have and they've brought to the centre. So once all the dogs have been let out and said hello to, we begin with the laundry. There is a constant stream of laundry to be washed, as you can imagine. There are a couple of dogs that come into our care that will not toilet in their run and therefore are classified as clean dogs. The gorgeous Luther is one of these dogs. He was in the same home for about 8.5 years of his life and therefore has very set routine of going outside to the toilet. Luther has actually recently been rehomed and we couldn't be happier for him. So, following on from early morning washing, we are on to the cleaning. First we need to get all the dogs outside, and to do this we use treats. And then there's the lovely poo pick. Just because some dogs toilet inside, we do not take this as an indication that they are not house trained. They are there in the kennel for a prolonged period overnight and they are not expected to be able to hold it in. We have to check all bedding for secret wheeze and any mess and try to only wash bedding when absolutely needed. It's a comfort for dogs to have their own scent in the kennel, and therefore changing bedding each day is counterproductive. Essential tools for cleaning? Well, you need a bucket, a brush, squeegee and solution. We fill a bucket with water and would use around about 4 pumps of solution every day to clean. We pour the whole bucket in the kennel and scrub until our heart's content. We then squeegee as much water out of the kennels as we can to dry the floor prior to letting the dogs back in. Emptying water bowls each day is vital to prevent bacteria, algae and other harmful microorganisms from multiplying. So a good clean with a washing up liquid is essential. And now it's off to go back to do the laundry. You make sure that the washing machines are constantly running whilst at work to ensure they get through as much washing as possible throughout the day. Obviously, we can't leave them on overnight. So you can see here Bryony's on her way back to the kitchen with some hand towels and actually ended up talking some cat talk with Zoe. Zoe was filling her in on some new welfare assessments that have been created to help the cats during their stay in the cattery. Following this, we take some time to clear up the kitchen following the morning feeds. This is another constant job alongside the washing. This particular day, while we had the GoPro on, we had a call on the radio saying there was a stray spaniel that had been brought into us from the dog warden. This lovely lady became Leela and was rehomed at the end of March. So here it is collecting from the van and walking her to the intake kennels, which had already been set up for her prior to her arrival. So next up we had a visit from the lovely Harold. He was coming into the centre for a dog-to-dog assessment to get a better understanding of if he can live in a home with another dog. This assessment went really well and we were really proud of Harold, so well done you. As Harold is a little vocal to be in the welfare office, the lovely dog warden Anna agreed to look after him whilst his foster carer had their appointment. Next up, it's prepping the lunch feeds. All the dogs in our care are regularly weighed to ensure that they are an appropriate weight. If it's needed, they are fed up to 6 times a day. We made sure to pop these feeds in our slow feeder to provide enrichment for the dogs in the middle of the day. This keeps their mind busy and can reduce kennel stress. You guessed it, more laundry. This time we had a volunteer helping to fold laundry. Volunteers are an amazing addition to St Giles and we're always so very grateful for their help. Not all volunteers walk dogs, some clean, sort laundry, and everyone is just so wonderful. So now the morning cleaning routine is done, off we go to do some walking. There's just enough time to walk a couple of dogs before lunch. So here we have Sophie here to give some footage of the lovely Winnie. Winnie is still searching for her forever home and has now been in kennels for almost 2 years. We just don't know why. She's a lovely girl and she loves her walks and sniffs out in the wild. You may have seen some of our other videos of Jeff, one of our dog walking volunteers. He takes Winnie on lots of adventures. Winnie is known to be a resource guarder and therefore needs a home with no other animals and with adults only, so she can get as much love as she can give. And that's it. All of this was done before 12 p.m. We have had a very busy morning. After lunch there will be lots more walking, socialising, appointments, preparing evening feeds and bedding them down for the night. But we thank you very much for watching and we hope you've got a little more insight into our day here at St Giles Animal Welfare.